On today's episode of Identity, we revisit a chat with founder of Sisters We Can, Lady Anne Nyembe. We learn how Thabang Mokoena is making a difference through arts and culture. What's Appening features the review of a sugar-curbing app and a spiritual movie. And Proverb plays us out.
I am an individual with an imagination. My inner faith illuminates innovations. In a space with infinite inspiration, I was born free from all incarceration. Incredible, living infallibly, intelligent, outshine with my inner being. This is me, impeccable as ever been. I am you, you are me. This is my identity.
Molweni namkelekile kwinkqubo yenkolo ezahlukeneyo ekhanyisa indima yezomoya nezamasiko awolutsha lwasemzantsi. Nibukele i-Identity, ndingumsasazi wenu uviwe Gqwala. We kick off today's episode with a throwback to a chat I had with the young advocate for women empowerment and sisterhood. Founder of Sisters We Can, Lady Anne Nyembe, joined me for coffee, and it seems many of you enjoyed the chat as much as I did. So much so that you requested to see it again. Naturally, we were more than thrilled to oblige. This is how the conversation went down. In today's society, young women have a hard time navigating the waters of life, with mixed messages being thrown at them from peers, the media, and even society as a whole. Many young women end up on the wrong path. Today's guest realized this and decided to become a ray of hope and promote moral regeneration amongst the young ladies in her community. Lady Anne Nyembe is the founder of Sisters We Can, a mentorship program for young women that was started in 2010. She's also passionate about helping them to make informed decisions in the face of severe societal pressures. Lady Anne, welcome so much to Identity.
Thank you so much, Vio. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. We want to find out, how was your upbringing? So how was your childhood like?
Do I still remember anything about my upbringing? Well, I grew up in a small town called Newcastle. It's in the KZN. I grew up with my grandmother, from my mom's side. And it was good. But one thing that I missed was I never stayed with both my parents. So I do not have umzali that I can confide in when I have problems, So growing up with your grandmother, sometimes it's just not easy. And even guidance, but there was just that thing that was missing in the inside of me, I only started staying with my mom missing in about my 20s. So she missed out a lot on my childhood, So and that made me to take wrong decisions in life, because I felt my parents are abangtandi. Why did they choose to leave me with my because I stayed with my grandmother for my mom's side and for my dad's side as well. Okay. So I was thinking, so that thing, it really hit a lot on my confidence and how I grew up as a child. But yeah, I think so. It was good because they gave me love, but there was just that thing that was missing in the inside of me. Yeah.
So what role did spirituality have in your childhood, and what role did it take in shaping the person that you are today?
Spirituality plays a very important role in one person's life, especially when you want to navigate in getting to know who you are as a person. I always say to people, you can never discover who you are if you don't have a connection with your creator.
You decided to quit your job and full-time focus on empowering young women. So how did that come about?
Actually, it was influenced by that. I can tell you. I was, asking myself, what gave me the boldness to quit my job? And the answer was, it can only be God. So when I decided to take this whole spiritual thing serious and developing my personal relationship with God, one of the questions I had to ask myself, what is my purpose in life? Why did He create me? And I remember I went on a fast for some time. I don't remember how many days it was. And I really prayed and asked God, today you're going to tell me exactly. And I remember one day asking me, what is it that when you look around your area, it frustrates you and you wish you can do something about it? And I'm like, what is it? What is he talking about? And on Sunday, I went to church. And, on that day, Pastor Whitbeck, I invited Pastor Dekosa to come and speak on a vision. And I keep on hearing people talking about vision. I'm like, why minangala vision? We live vision. And he made it so clear and said, your frustration can become your vision. So that answer that God gave me, say, what is it that when you look around your area, you wish you can do something about it? And I was like, you young women, because I grew up not knowing myself. Like I told you, I didn't grow up with my parents, and that thing affected my confidence, because being Mzansians, when somebody comes and tells me, and you're purple, I would believe that. Somebody comes and say you're pink, I would believe that, So I didn't know myself. So I said to myself, you know what, I need to really go on this journey. What is it that I'm created to do on this earth? Then I went on that journey of self-discovery. I found myself and I found my purpose, which is the reason why now I've started with the organization that I'm running like right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
So now that you've solidified your identity,
yes.
Tell us what exactly your organization is about.
Sisters Weekend is about helping young girls to find their identity, because I realize that these young girls, the reason they behave in the way they behave is because they don't know who they are. Young women in this day and age, they want to be like somebody else. I want to be like, look like Ulo or Rihanna. Why would you want to be like somebody else? Because you are created to be yourself. So a lot of us, especially women, we have lost our identity. That is why some of us, we hide behind makeup. You feel makeup, and you know what? There's so much in us that we really need to celebrate as women, but as it was local, because most of us, we don't get on taking time to really search within ourselves. You are given this picture, in order for you to feel you need to look this way, So I wanted to help these young girls. You can be beautiful just by the way you don't even have to put anything on your head to look beautiful. You don't even have to put anything on your skin to look beautiful. But the thing is, how are you going to know that if you don't have to take time and find yourself and search within yourself? What is it that you want to do with your life, and who are you? Asking yourself those questions. Yeah.
Sure. Lady Anne, how did you overcome the fear of failure? Because obviously when you leave the security of a full-time job to a job that's not even going to pay you, but purely on passion, you're driven by passion. So your fear of failure, how did you get over that?
I didn't even think I was going to fail, because I knew that this vision that I have was straight from God. So I didn't have any fear. I just took the bold step and you know what, I'm going to do this, Father. I do not even know what is going to be the next step. I had to rely entirely on God, to be honest with you. And it's been 6 years. How did I do it? So I didn't even think fail. I didn't even know what I was going to do. So each and every day was guided by God. Even for me to get to a point where I'm saying, you know what, today I'm going to wake up and I'm going to approach these schools in Soweto and I'm going to tell them this is what I want to do. It was only Unkulunkulu at that time who was telling me, okay, now you're going to do this, because I didn't even have a plan. When I left my job, I didn't have a plan. I just left. I'm like, you know what, Father, you said I must quit my job, because when he told me to quit my job, he just said to me, quit your job and I will show you later what I'm going to, So it was not something that I just, okay, I'm quitting my job and I know what I'm going to do. So I left my job in December. In January, I didn't even know what I was going to do. I was frustrated. I didn't even have anyone around. It was only me, my diary, and my pen, writing all the ideas that the Spirit of God was telling me to do. So I didn't even think I was going to fail, because I knew if the vision is from Him, definitely means I'm going to succeed.
That's a strong testament of faith. And I mean, speaking about faith, mentoring young women must be so challenging. How do you instill those values of faith amongst the young people?
I think more than anything, you need to live what you teach to other people. I teach by example. Everything that I tell these young girls is the things that I do. So I'm not going to tell them to do something if minangwazi kuyenza. So before I can go and say to you, this thing iyasebenza, I need to test it first to go to this thing iyasebenza. So most of the time I teach by example. The way I do things, the way I go and say, you know what, I've tested this thing and iyasebenza. So also for yourself, because one of the things that I do, Viewer, is that I like teaching based on my experiences. I don't tell them based on somebody else's experiences. I tell them, so you don't have to save yourself the trouble to experience the Nteganja, because I've been through a lot of things as a young girl. I've done almost everything that these young girls are experiencing right now. So if somebody comes and says, oh, I have a feelings on this guy, consequences of my relationship at a young age, I tell them the consequences of having sex at a young age, because it's something that I've experienced personally. So I thank God for all the experience that I've been through in my life, because now they are a testimony to somebody else. Sure. They are benefiting somebody else right now. They don't have to take that route. It's up to them now. I don't force it to them.
The perfect change agent. So speaking about change, like identity. Right. Not everything is all serious. So you can take a breather. And this game is called if. So the magic word is if. So you must answer as quickly as possible. And the operative word is if. Are you ready? Okay, the first question. If you lost your voice for 1 week, how would you communicate?
Using my hands.
If you could have dinner with 3 legends, dead or alive, who would they be?
Oprah, Mandela, and Michelle Obama.
If a color came out of your mouth every time you speak, what color would it be?
Purple.
If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
bread and butter.
Okay. If a song played every time you walked into a room, what would the song be?
Oh Lord, I've got so many songs.
And you have to sing it.
Oh my God. Right now at the moment. God knows I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to break your heart.
Thank you so much for joining us on Identity. It was so much fun being with you, Lady Anne.
Thank you so much, Vivian.
It's been said that a sister is one who reaches for your hand and touches your heart. As Lady Anne Nyembe continues to touch young women's hearts through her initiative, I'm confident that she's planting seeds that will bloom and benefit the future generation of young women. Lixesha lokuba sizivenkileni. Xa sibuya singene Ratanda eGauteng uyofunda ngegatyana elisebenzisa umfutho kwezobugcisa nobuciko ukwenza umahluko kwindawo ahlala kuyo. Kwaye ningaphosa sisiqendu sethu semedia review. Namhlanje sibonisa i-app eza kunceda nehlisa izinga lenu leswekire kwaye nomboniso bhanyabhanya obizwa God's Campus. Siyabuya ngoku.
This is my identity. This is my identity.
Welcome back to Identity, right here on SABC 1 Mzansians show. I'm your host, Viva Kwala. Thank you for staying with us. Ama-Afrika adume gqithi ngomfutho wabo womculo nomdaniso, kwaye ndingatsho ndithi ngokuqinisekileyo oku kusegazini. Namhlanje sibonisa ibali likaThabang Mokoena, othathe umfutho wakhe walibeka kwelinye izinga ngokutshintsha ubomi olutsha kwindawo ahlala kuyo. Jongani elibali elimangazayo.
This is my identity.
Music ngadiscover ngisesemncane kakhulu. I remember ngise-Sunday school. That's when cause yonke into siqala esontweni thina abantu abamnyama. So ngayiqala e-Sunday school ukudiscover ukuthi no, ngine-passion, ngine-talent lo music. And then ngakhula ke ngaya primary level. That's when ke ngiqala ke manje ngiba more to ama-traditional things, traditional songs, into ezinjalo. And then when time goes by saqala ke sayenza ama-community choirs e-Ratanda. And then until ngizofoma i-religio-spiritual choir, and then that's where yonke into iqala ke. That's where yonke into iqlo.
Uthabang is like a brother to me, because I spend isikhathi esiningi naye mangekho endlini obvious bayazi ukuthi nguthabang. And yena umuntu open kakhulu. Maka ufuna ukuthi unesikhathi sokudlala. Maka fika emsebenzini ekhwayeni. Uba straight too much. Because ufuna ukuthi masenza into straight.
Ubuthabanga umuntu onjengobaba lakithi ufundisa ukuqula nokugida nazo zonke izinto esifuna ukusifunda.
First thing bakhuthaza ngokuba self-discipline, understand? Because mina I'm proud ukuthi ngisho lento ukuthi ngi-role model abantwana abaningi elokishini. Reason being because of make sure ukuthi all the time angizovela kubo ngihlala ngi-discipline, ngihlala ngenza izinto ezi-positive. So I'm trying ukubabonisa ukuthi no, yazi empilweni kunezinto eziningi ezenzakalayo manje. But as ama-youngsters waselokishini, we need ukuthi siba-inspire labantwana abancane. Ngilokubahlanganisa ngihlangane nabo noma even after school siyahlala nje sikhulume nabo. Kube nje si-socialize nabo, because they need that. They need abantu ababa-inspire. There was a choir, it was called Good Happiness, which was the first choir la Ratanda la hlala khona, but we male choir. And then it happened with the choir when time goes by, abantu bahambe bosebenza. So that's when sister established the religio-spiritual choir. The religio-spiritual choir was established in 2006. Sihlanganise ama-blacks and white yonke into, because the main aim was ukuhlanganisa wonke umuntu. But unfortunately, isikhathi silokhu zange sakhona ukuqhubeka because of abelungu basitshe ukuthi kude kuza elokishini. Nathi we were not behluleka ukugibela itaxi ukuya financial problems. I-religio-spiritual choir linama-member 35, which is a mixed choir, male and females. Kakhulu sibheke kakhulu kuma-traditional songs. In a formal time we used to focus kuma-gospel songs since sisasela South Africa. But since siqalile sithora around the world, and then that's when we said to ourselves, no, let us also be proud ngesinto sethu. Let us also try ukuthi school in ama-cultural things. So kakhulu i-religio-spiritual choir manje is based kakhulu kuma-cultural songs.
Nginomntwana womfana waye ku-male voice, wahamba wayeka endleleni. By then ube no Thabangu male voice. So owentombazane, she's more good music than everything. So I decided to join i-Dentity. Ngamvumela. Kodwa ukuthi kune group enye yayimfuna ngala kulo group. Ngibona la kuThabang the way kune discipline ngakhona. uThabang is one person okhona control abantwana ababuthezelele endaweni eyi-1.
The one thing that made i-Dentity to be popular, one was the type of music we do. And the fact that we are willing to grow every now and then. We would always invite people to come through to our sisters, being it Itlep and Tap, being it Umculo Kamaskandi, being it Ugita, you know. So we bring in abantu abasha baselokishini lethu that have already gone out to find more information about certain things esingazazi. And then they come back to us and then bayasifundisa.
I think this is a very good point because i-religio-spiritual choir angitshelile ukuthi lenza into eziningi ne. Mina ngakhula ngingazi bengazi ukuthi ngumSuthu but bengazi monge isuthu. But since sizenza lezi zinto ku-Dentity, that's when discover into eziningi ukuthi okay basuthu ke but basuthu ke type so ba apara into so and why ba apara into so. So logo to be honest ngikufunde ku-Dentity because it's not run ama workshops about those things, ama cultural things. So it plays a very important role in ukuthi ngazi ke tsebe ka setso saka.
Ushintsho olulethwa i-Dentity eRatanda. One is keeping the small kids away from the street. We're making sure we have projects that run normally during school holidays, just to make sure we keep them busy, and we make sure while we are busy with them, they learn as well.
To be honest, young kuchazi kwaya kakhulu. Let me say bangihila mina emoyeni, especially ngisebenza nabo because ngisebenza nabantu abancane nabantu talented, you understand. Abantu they are willing to learn. Abantu ebafuna ukuletha change in our community. So bangikhuthaza kakhulu bayangilungisa nje emoyeni wami, bayangilungisa. Noma bangathi ngidisturbed kanjani emotionally, but once ngeza nje ngame in front of ichoir ngiphuma ngihilde emoyeni wami. Ama future plans wami angifuna ukubona i-Dentity will travel umhlaba. Sesiqalile so travel umhlaba, but I wish in the next coming 10 years we will travel wonke umhlaba. Si spreadile ama African things all over the world. Bazi ukuthi yazi in South Africa kunama cultures sanje bangi-Dentity show choir. So you wish am nje ngifuna babona ba travel labantwana labo. Because the more you travel, the more you become open-minded, talking from experience. Because the more nami travel, because I've been to different countries. Le nto ngizifundele angibuya nazo ngibuya ngizapply la ekhaya.
This is my identity.
Thank you to Thabang and the Ratanda youth for allowing us to share in this musical experience. We hope you've also been inspired to use whatever you've been gifted with to positively impact the lives of those around you. Khumbulani ukuxhumana nathi kulula. Ningakwenza oko ngokusibhalela incwadi kwidilesi identitytvshow@gmail.com. Kwaye isikwa khona na kwi-social media. Funani Identity TV Show ku Facebook, ku Twitter na ku Instagram. Let's take one more break before we head into our media review segment, which features an app to help get you sugar-free as well as a faith-based movie. See you in a moment.
This is my identity. This is my identity.
You're watching Mzansi's favorite multi-faith youth show, i-Dentity, right here on SABC 1 Mzansi for Show. I'm Viwe Kwala. If you've just joined us, here's a look at what you missed. We got the show off to a great start with a throwback to a chat about sisterhood and mentorship with founder of Sisters We Can, Lady and Nyembe. We then headed to Ratanda in Heidelberg, Gauteng for an arts and culture extravaganza with Thabang Mokoena. Now it's time to check out today's media reviews. This is What's Appening. If you've ever considered boosting your health by cutting down your intake of processed sugar, then this app is for you. It's designed to help you gently cleanse your body and diet of refined and processed sugar. It's called 7-Day Sugar Free Detox. The 7-Day Sugar Free Detox app is an app designed by the young and raw experts to help individuals deal with issues such as breaking sugar addiction, weight loss, skin health, and mood balancing. The landing page offers 2 meal options to choose from: a low sugar plan, which has a small amount of natural sugar found in fruits, and a no sugar plan, which is completely sugar free. Select a plan of your choice, swipe through the information provided, then get started. The app offers a daily meal plan including breakfast, lunch, your snack option, and dinner. Each featured recipe lists the ingredients, preparation instructions, health benefits, and some interesting facts about the recipe. It also provides exercise tips to help you get your body moving, tips on what to do before bed, as well as tips on a helpful sleep routine. Select the shopping tab for a shopping list according to your recipe or according to the shopping aisle. Find out more about what a sugar-free detox is and why one must detox via the Guides tab. This tab also offers articles on ways to reduce your detox symptoms, super-powered food and herbs, as well as food preparation and storage. Cleanse your body and get sugar-free with the help of the 7-day Sugar-Free Detox app.
Njengoba ndisoloko ndizidika ngekeyiki nje, ndicinga uba le app itsho ngqo kum. Masingene kwisiqendu sethu esilandelayo. Ngumboniso bhanya-bhanya obonisa usapho oluvavanya ukwazi icebo likaThixo. Ibizwa God's Compass.
Don't waste the tomorrows that you have chasing what doesn't matter.
Crossroads.
God's Compass is a faith-based film that tells the heartwarming story of a recently widowed former principal, Suzanne Waters, and the struggles that she and her family face while trying to balance faith, family, and loss. Eli, a young runaway, tries to hijack Suzanne's pregnant daughter-in-law, but ends up driving the mom-to-be to the hospital when she goes into premature labor. When Eli is spotted by a police officer at the hospital and is arrested for previous misdemeanors, Suzanne helps him get released from a juvenile detention center into her care.
Get saved by Jesus every day. And then when they walk, they go right back to the life they know.
Your bail is set at $100,000.
As the family struggles to deal with the loss of Suzanne's husband, as well as the surgery that her grandchild is facing, it seems things are falling apart. Will Eli's presence make things better or worse for Suzanne? Starring Karen Abercrombie, Joey Ibanez, and T.C. Stallings, amongst others, God's Compass is a film about walking in faith and learning to trust in God's plan.
It's been 52 weeks of bringing you another inspiration-packed series of Identity, and what a journey it's been. Thank you for hanging out with us every Sunday and for allowing us to share your stories with our Mzansians audience. It's been a pleasure learning and growing along with you. We're taking a short break to cook up some more inspirational content for you, but don't despair because Identity will be back on your screens soon. In the meantime, keep your insert and guest suggestions, comments, and invites coming by staying in touch with us. Our email address is identitytvshow@gmail.com. And if you aren't following us yet, then head on to Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, search for Identity TV Show and connect with us. Sinishiya ngengoma emyoli womculi we-hip hop uProverb ngengoma yakhe ebizwa Nothing New. Iqala le-Identity liza kubuya kuni ngento entsha, nina nje vulana amehlo niqaphele. Kuthi sonke apha e-Identity, salani kakuhle, sakunibona kungekudala.
Been there when I done that, from the gun clap and I started to race to run tracks. Did a couple of laps and I still made a comeback. Been living here before you even unpacked your one bag. Now they steady claiming they run rap, how so? But my track record is unmatched. So many hard flows for one mass. So hot, I'm giving charcoal and suntan. Some scratch the surface and they wanna go back in time. Wishing I unwrap the verses, like getting a surgeon to uncap a person. When I already murked it, son, that's for certain. And I have murked lots of beats, and I buy a little, buy a lot, like a shopping spree. Drop philosophies, ain't no stopping these. I've been there, done that, plus I got the